Well, my name's Dusty Broadhagen. I'm the owner-operator of Bear Creek Outfitters. We've had this particular bear territory for about 12, 13 years now. It's 1,200 square miles. I operate an archery and crossbow hunt only. I'm running anywhere between 50 and 60 baits, and I do 4 weeks of bear hunting and then 2 weeks of moose hunting. Each guy gets 2 active baits, and we help them set up the tree stands, and then they take care of their own baiting, which gets the bears familiar with their scent coming in and out. Once the bear's down, we come out, help you track it and drag it out of the woods, skin it and quarter it. We've got the cooler facility here at freezers. The camp is set up kind of in a bunkhouse style. There's 5 rooms with a centralized kitchen and eating area. We've got all modern appliances, electricity, hot cold running water, wireless internet.
After striking out on day 1, I was looking forward to getting back in the stand for night number 2 in search of my very first black bear.
Well, it's our second night in northern Ontario. Last night we sat in the same stand, didn't see anything. It ended up being a pretty nice night though. Fought some weather throughout the day, a little rainy, but it was beautiful. A couple other guys in camp did see some bear, no shots, although 2 guys came very close. But no shooting last night. We got everybody in camp out tonight. But the bait that we sat last night did get hit, so it either got hit last night after we were here or sometime this morning. There's been a fair amount of morning activity on some of the other baits, so not sure, but we're back in the stand tonight. Pretty similar weather conditions, about 60 degrees, light wind. Hoping we can get something to at least come in and show its face tonight and have an idea what's hitting this bait.
After a couple of hours, we were surprised by a beautiful young chocolate bear, and even though he was a bit smaller than what we were looking for, it was still a great encounter. Chocolate bears are fairly rare in this part of Ontario, but we were hoping for a 200 plus pound bear, and this guy just didn't quite cut it. That would be the only bear we would see the first couple of nights, and on the 3rd morning, I decided to tag along with Dusty and learn a little bit more about the baiting process.
Okay, well, I'm just in the process of mixing up bait here. Generally, I use as my main base a corn and oats mixture mixed with old cooking grease. And then I have a few other little additives I like to put in. I've got some molasses, and I've got some peanut butter granola bars. And then usually when I bait, I put them in 5-gallon pails, and I only put out about a third to a quarter of a 5-gallon pail, and I bait more consistently every other day or every 3rd day, and it keeps the bears coming back and checking, but it doesn't keep them full, so they keep coming back and their trails converge in one area rather than full feeding them, because when you do that, they'll come in, they'll get full, and if they're spooky at all, they have no reason to come back until after dark, and they can knock over the barrel and fill up again. But if there's only a little bit of bait, if another bear comes in there first, he's going to get all the bait, and they're going to be left with nothing. So it generally forces them to come out earlier as well.
By the 3rd night, I was the only one in camp who hadn't filled their bear tag, with the rest of the guys going a perfect 4 for 4. We did, however, have an encounter with a very nice bear, but unfortunately couldn't manage to get a shot. With time winding down, we decided it was time to make a change.
Well, it's day 6. We sat at the one stand for 5 nights, and last night we finally saw that big one come in right at last shooting light, and she didn't like the situation, kind of trotted off. Didn't spook too bad, but we're going to give that one a break for the night, and we're going to try another spot. And we've got a trail camera up to see if she comes back in early again. So we've got a couple stands here. We're going to take them down and put them up on another spot where we know there's some good activity. So that's the plan.
Well, it's day 6, and we're starting to cut it close. We saw a really nice bear last night. I just came in a couple minutes too late. It was a little after 9 or close to 9:30 when it finally came in. It just didn't feel good about the shot, and the bear kind of spooked, and we decided to give that stand a rest tonight. That's where we sat every other night. We knew that bear was there. Finally got to see him. Couldn't close the deal, so it's pretty tough tonight to not be sitting in that stand. But we thought it was in our best interest to let that calm down. Tomorrow night we'll probably be back there, but today we're headed to a different bait that one of the other hunters this week was sitting, and I'd seen a really nice bear on, so we're going to try that tonight. We came in here earlier and hung some stands, and the bait got hit last night, so hopefully that nice bear is coming through here. Day 6, we got at least one more night, maybe 2 more nights. Hopefully we can close the deal.
As we settled in for a long sit on this beautiful August night, I couldn't stop thinking about the bear we had seen the night before, but my thoughts quickly bolted in other directions as a bear we had already identified as a shooter suddenly appeared.
Right there, okay, got him. I just smoked my first black bear. Oh, that is a hard-earned bear. That's 6 days, 35 hours in the tree stand. Dusty and I have been hard at it. That's the bear we came in here tonight hoping to see. He's got double blaze on him, and I just drilled him. Just drilled him. First bear, got it with my bow. I'm pumped. Thank you, Lord.
Dusty and I have had a heck of a week. We have spent almost 35 hours in the tree stand chasing one big bear that we were seeing at a bait that we sat the first 5 nights. We actually had an encounter with that bear last night, right at last light. Couldn't quite get it done. So while we were giving our other stand a break, planning on sitting that tomorrow night, we came in here and sure enough, about 8 o'clock, had this nice bear come in. It's not the biggest bear in the woods, but it is my first black bear, and I was able to get it with my bow. Awesome footage. I couldn't be more excited.
Oh, it's word.
Time to celebrate.
Yeah?
Bear down.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, it's the morning after we killed our bear last night. It's been a long, tough week. We were seeing bears, but just not the bear we were looking for, and it added a little pressure when everybody else in camp tagged out by day 3, and we were the only one left with a tag. But we kept at it, and this is a bear we had some trail cam pictures of, and it's a really unique blaze. It's got a split blaze on it, and they're about 4 or 5 inches apart, something you don't see very often. So that's truly a unique trophy, and I had a great time up here in Northern Ontario. It's a whole different world if you've never been to this part of Canada. It's just a different place. If you've never tried bear hunting, it's really something that everybody should try. Special thanks to Bear Creek Outfitters for inviting me up. It was a hunt I will never forget.